heart disease is the #1 killer for men and women. And only about half of women actually recognize that. So today we're talking about one of the tools in the toolbox, but I'd also love to take the opportunity to just talk about knowing the signs, symptoms, and risk factors. Risks that include, after menopause for women, the increase in risk due to hormonal changes. But for all of us, high blood pressure, especially during pregnancy. In fact, Black women are 60% more likely to have high blood pressure. High cholesterol, so knowing your numbers. Physical inactivity, smoking, one of the reasons why we fund Quitline with our Tobacco and Health Trust Fund. Drinking too much alcohol, stress and depression. Thank you to the Heart Association. This is on my desk, my little stress ball. But sometimes we don't know when we're at risk. And that was obviously the case for Earl, and Dr. Schuster did an amazing job talking about this. Last year, Senator Anwar, who helped champion this in Senate Bill 1, and along with Senator Summers and Rep. Claridis Dietrich, I'd like to thank them as well for helping to champion a bill that would, for certain individual and group insurance plans, cover this test, which I know that we've talked about, and Senator Anwar will talk a little bit more about as well. I also went and got my test last summer, and I've never been more excited in my life to get a 0 on a test.
Some of us it happens more than others.
We all are wearing hearts that have names of people that we know and that we're thinking about today, because 1 in 5 Americans are impacted by heart disease. I'm thinking about, my own grandparents, and also Jason, my sister's friend, who, much like Earl, was in shape the same way, coached basketball, was a picture of health, and went out on a run one night and didn't come back to his family. So what can you do? Of course, talk to your doctor about the cardiac calcium test, but call 911 if you are feeling the chest pain, discomfort, upper back or neck pain, indigestion, heartburn, nausea or vomiting, extreme fatigue, dizziness, and shortness of breath. That's from the CDC website. We all can make some behavioral changes. Start small. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Change one food in your diet. Know your numbers, your cholesterol, but also your blood pressure. You can buy a blood pressure cuff, or if you don't want to, you can go to CVS and go in the back and get your blood pressure taken. Stop smoking. Again, I mentioned that the Quitline is funded and it's available to you. Limit your alcohol consumption. And finally, stress. This is a stressful place and a stressful building. Everyone's laughing. Talk to a friend. You have lots of friends here. Take a few moments a day to literally do some deep breathing, maybe once in the morning and once at night. Maybe this all sounds kind of silly, but these are actually the things that the CDC recommends. But most of all, I want to say thank you to Representative Exum. This morning, I texted Jason's wife to say that we were having this press conference. And like you, Representative Exum, they had no idea. And she said, "We wish we had known." Thank you to Representative Exum and the efforts that Senator Anwar led and the Public Health Committee. We know that people's lives will be saved. So thank you so much.
Thank you.